It's Aurora.
Thank you so much, panel. Welcome to the Land of Dawn, folks. This is our first match of the day. Team Liquid versus Aurora Gaming. And man, what a draft to start things off. Here we go. Bring it up. Thoughts on the draft?
I completely agree with what our panelists have said earlier. This can potentially be a very aggressive start once again for Aurora Turkey, and we've seen it against the Yisun Shin too. This is exactly what Sekai's has been through in their previous matchup. So Carl TZ definitely would need to watch out, and we have to see the lanings go really, really well, especially for Liquid's side lane.
It's also a dangerous game here Aurora Gaming are playing. It is a best of 5, so maybe they might be experimenting here in game number 1. But to give Sanford, the apex predator, the Yu-Song, hey, I think the last time we saw it was Young Gun Galacticos to let that open, and we got a classic Sanford moment in the start of the game. Let's take a look at the emblems.
It's a weakness finder too for Sanji. We're seeing on the Kimi a bit more damage expected to come through, and generally the same. Still the fighter emblems coming through, especially for Sigiboom, taking care of potentially whatever pressure can come, knowing that Liquid might want to pay a bit more attention towards the gold lane rather than the Uranus of Lunar.
Yeah. Well, now it's just really, really slow laning. We heard earlier Sanford really say that Aurora Gaming are known for their early aggression. So far, it's all chill, just pokes here and there. Not as crazy as their approach against Selangor Red Giants, but Trex, now team call TZ.
Well, a lot of damage on a Pagu. Force is trying to get away, but first blood goes over to Sanji. Now, I want to touch on something. Aurora Gaming, I think they really focused on their mid. They sacrificed the off lanes. It's something they like to do, but now they're already losing a little bit in the mid, which is not a good start for the Turkish team.
Yeah.
That's the question. Are they scared right now to make a move? Because, again, they're approaching against Selangor Red Sanford.
Oh, gank up in the top. Sanford able to dash back. Carl TZ also getting caught up, though. TNZ with the Steed trying to move in. Can they get the kill? Yes, Lunar picks it up, and now Sanford in trouble as well.
Whoa.
Lunar goes under the tower, looking for one more shot, but Lunar has to back off. In a bad spot though, Sanji almost spots him. Turtle coming up, Pagu able to lock on. Rosa looking for positioning as well. And a airstrike comes down. Sanji pushed back and taken out. Pagu now onto the Turtle, may fall as well. Oheb able to pick up the kill. Oheb steals the Turtle and JP is low. But Lunar stands in the midst of two members and Rosa finds a double kill. Aurora Gaming, it's back and forth, 3-2.
All right.
That could have been really good for Aurora already. Even though they lost Pagu, they were able to shift their attentions towards the XP lane. And again, the XP laner here, the Yuzhong of Sanford, is one of the biggest conditions you have to take note of when it comes to the Turtle. But Oheb, close call there. But speaking of Oheb, he literally turned things around in that fight.
With the Phantom Steed once again, gonna get sandwiched up by JP here. The Tsunami Slam back though, Oheb goes down. TNZ might be able to just get away, he does! What? AOG misses! JP, where are you going? Into the tri-bush now. Pagu. What? Here up on the top side though, a gank on a Sanford. You mentioned aggression, Mirko. Well, Aurora Gaming is bringing it.
Hey, early on I was like, are they scared to make a move just because they're up against Team Liquid, such big names, a lot of pressure? Then they were like, no, we were waiting for the right time to strike, and they pounced on Team Liquid. Man, it really looked like with the first blood, Liquid had it under control. You would see the classic Filipino, all right, let's stay it slow, but TNZ.
More damage, JP brought low. Trying to get some health back, but it's 4-1, and there's just no escape. JP pushed back once more. That airstrike. TNZ gets the kill, and now Lunar's laughing. But wait, the damage from Carl TZ. Just too much. They get a good trade 1-1.
What a traction pulse from Sanji to save Carl TZ there in a tough spot. And Carl, with the instant, he held onto the Mountain Chakra for so long so that he can combo in together. And therefore, these two backliners can just back each other up.
Yep, fortunately, Liquid are always ready whenever the fights happen in the mid lane. But whenever we see the fast rotations come into play, and Aurora taking advantage of it once again.
That's two ults. They baited out two big ultimates, AOG down, and the Black Dragon form as well. And look at the timing. 1 second for the Turtle to spawn right now. Aurora Gaming, they got a resource advantage, but they still got to be careful because TNZ used the Phantom Steed.
Yep, JP doesn't have the AOG either, but there's the Mountain Shocker already. Will they actually go for this?
Slam doesn't use it, finally catches Sanford. Sanford able to lock on Rosa with a flicker back. Sigiboom comes in with a blazing duet. A lot of damage lands onto Lunar. Lunar needs to try to back up. Turtle does go into the hands of Team Liquid. Nobody goes down though.
Yeah. It works so well when Liquid are at least prepared or together as 5. Oheb, we saw it happen earlier too during the first turtle. He was able to save things for Liquid. The gold lead right now existing in Aurora Gaming's hands could have been so much more if only Oheb didn't take away that turtle and a couple kills. Now Oheb.
In a bad spot, TNZ he should be able to get away from this. Wait, no, Rosa shows up to the party. AOG does catch on to Rosa. I mean, the back and forth, the trades right now, these teams are reading each other so cleanly.
Non-stop action.
Should be okay. Lunar brought down to 50%. Carl Teasy might want to try to push this. Lunar backs up with the consecration.
Yeah.
Should be good.
Non-stop action, bro.
Non-stop.
Two teams just want to go ban for ban everywhere on the map. They're so instant in the reactions now. Tsunami Slam with the Purify. That's about it. Let's take a look at the item builds here at the 5-minute mark.
Okay. I kind of get it for Aurora Gaming. This is really a fast rotating lineup, but if we were to take a quick look at the items here, Pagu affording to go for the Oracle first item. I know this has been a thing for Kalea for the longest time now, but I think this also signifies just how confident they are in terms of playing the early game. They just really need to go for the amount of sustain that he can offer, especially knowing that there's no reliable burst damage just yet to come from Team Liquid. Oh, but with the setup!
Cloud brings back Rosa. Rosa taken out. So if Team Liquid can find some more pickoffs just like that, they're going to be able to even out the playing field. Instead of bringing the big 5v5s, look for the small plays.
Yeah, again, for Aurora Gaming, it really looks like they've been winning out on the flashy plays department, right? The big team fights, but the slow build, AOG!
He does connect on to TNZ, plus a Black Dragon and a Petrify. It's a whole lot of damage, and the Phantom Seed does come out, but it's just not enough. He's fighting back. TNZ! What? Able to get away, and now JP pays the price for the chase, but he's still standing there. Sticky Boom into the backside with a Blazing Duet. Able to be a my back. He also survives. Pagu's still standing, but Oheb isn't having it. Able to get the kill. Siggy Boom needs to get back under the tower. This is grade A MLBB right now. Rosa on to Oheb. Carl! The kill, and Carl Teasy joins the fight along with Sanford.
There is no time for stops. Both teams, again, just going at it. Every time we see a fight down below, there's a turtle being taken while Sanford's going 1v1 against the Uranus, and Farbiel's trying to run away.
Yeah.
And that was Lunar trying to go for the steal, but Carl gets it. All right, we finally have some downtime. What the hell happened there, Brig?
I know. I'd have to double check whether or not the anti-heals are already in for Team Liquid, but fortunately, because of the enhanced basic attacks, JP definitely was still able to live through all of that. So maybe now that they do have it, they can afford to be a bit more aggressive and a bit more focused on taking down TNZ, because for the past few team fights we've seen, TNZ's always been surviving, but there's a Black Dragon form and the AOG.
Has to use a Tsunami Slam just to get away there. Sanford, though, able to get the big damage onto Rosa. Here's Tsunami Slam onto Sanford, and now Sanford switched back. TNZ shows up out of nowhere and gets the kill. And Lunar, once again, just harassing Oheb. Every time you think one of the members are going to win the fight, the other team comes out on top.
The Apex Predator, he smelled blood in the water, but it was a bait from Aurora Gaming.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we're seeing how Liquid are kind of reading into this still. It's not like they're being a bit too reactive just yet. Carl Teasy still very much focused on farming. He knows what he has to do as the Yi Sun-shin. So later on, we will be seeing him a bit more active when it comes to the team fights, but now it's just Liquid trying to stop these fast rotations and plays that are coming from Aurora Gaming.
TNZ able to push back. Whoa! Carl Teasy goes down! Rosa picks up the kill, and Ice Shifting Clouds on multiple members. Oheb! Oh wait, the Tsunami Slam. Oheb goes down as well. TNZ still standing strong. Siggy Boom Beam Eyes to the side. He's going to try to take this tower on the top side. Aurora Gaming outclassing TL right now.
They're too good. They're too good at choosing timings and choosing when to fight. They know when a crucial member of Liquid is down. Sanji!
Might not be able to get away from this one. Another airstrike wipes him off the map.
Rosa, TNZ, everyone are playing so darn well. And we understand again that, hey, we didn't get to see the Leo Mort first from TNZ this tournament, but he was the first guy to bring it up back then when no one was playing it. So when he got back on the horse, he was like, I got this. This could be, is probably, I don't know if we can refer to the panel, the best Leo Mort performance at M7 so far. TNZ, we know him for, again, the last the joys, the fannies as of recent, but he's back on his signature heroes. I'm just wondering when the Amon's gonna show up. Tsunami Slam!
Pagu able to get the pick on Oheb. Oheb might not be able to take this. Gets away, but Lunar tries to grab him, has to back up, and AOG defensively from Team Liquid. Aurora Gaming now waiting for the Lord to come down on the top side.
Okay, this is the 100% win rate of the Euros that we're talking about here. Lord still full HP. Rosa!
In a little bit of trouble, forced to use the flicker back. Lunar brought down to about 20%. Able to just get away. Aurora Gaming just playing the range right now. TNZ comes in with a Phantom Steed, brings him back into the feathered airstrike, the shifting clouds from Oheb, but is it enough? Tsunami Slam. Sanford now into the back line as well. Black Dragon goes out, Oheb goes down, TNZ able to get the kill, and Aurora Gaming are advancing.
They got waves, Sigiboom's on the base already. One more base turret left.
My gosh.
Right, a nice Tsunami Slam once again lands on Sanford, and Sanford is gone! It's 3v5 right now! Aurora Gaming with an 8k gold lead and a wave coming in!
Okay, Carl TZ and Sanji are there. They still have ways to clear Barossa!
Strike, they won't be able to defend. TNZ takes out JP. Another wave of minions coming down the top side. It's Sanji, Carl TZ up again.
They're on it!
If there's a team that can do it, they can try, but Sigiboom with a blazing duet to clear out the map. They lock onto the base and they take game number 1.
10 minutes and 54 seconds. About the Lucas pickup right now. Now, okay, welcome to the Line of Dawn, folks, for game number 2. That's definitely going to be a good question to ask for the host later on. Doesn't matter who wins, right? That's a question to throw out. What do you think about the Lucas? What do you think, Brigitte?
Initially, I would have felt that this could be an opportunity for Liquid to focus a bit more on Rosa and the potential shutdown. But given that there are so many fighters in this lineup, I feel like even with losing Rosa, they wouldn't be as hesitant to just keep on fighting. And we saw that happen already in game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, we did. The panel before was saying they weren't completely against it. So whatever ended up happening, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's a bad pick completely.
Yeah.
Aurora Gaming, whatever their intention was, they need to definitely pull it together here. It's lower bracket, it's elimination. I still think they can play an aggressive game like what they brought last time. It just maybe needs to be approached differently.
Yeah, especially considering that if you do go all out or all in this lineup of Aurora Gaming, then you have a very high chance of making Team Liquid very uncomfortable, especially in terms of positioning. And we've seen Eves struggle when people just keep diving onto the Eve, especially when they use the real-world manipulation.
Yeah, interesting. It's a concussive blast, Lucas, by the way. So he's really just looking for tempo on the map as he clears up the wave. TNZ with a good gank up top. I honestly thought it was going to be the Brave Smite, you know, especially because he's up against Sanford on the Valentina. Good take on the XP crap there, but also Pagu, pull yourself together. A very aggressive
Damage on a JP though, gets the pushback, forces out the flicker. Now this is about the same time last time. It took a couple minutes, but Aurora Gaming waited for about that 2-minute mark, and that's when they really started to make plays on the map. But look at the bot lane Oheb right now.
Yeah, we saw how important Oheb and his participation in the first few fights actually is. They need a bit more damage output, so his help would be greatly appreciated here. Pagu is also very low, so I guess this is a objective that will go straight over to Team Liquid.
There you go. It's a free turtle to Team Liquid. And Aurora Gaming really, now, I don't know, I don't want to assume here, but the Lucas ain't Lucasin right now in the 1v1.
I mean, it's literally Naruto versus Naruto right now. Lunar up against Sanford, and Sanford gets to Terrify. One more shot. Luckily, Lunar gets away, but watch for it.
Sanford.
Gonna go. Oh! He misses. Lunar, don't do it. Just chill.
Great reaction, though. Lunar knew it was coming as well. He flickered out the safety. Carl doesn't get the gank. It's not Naruto, Trex. It's Naruto Sage Mode versus Naruto. Like,
oh, my bad.
Actually, it's
KMS Naruto versus Sage Mode Naruto. But who's KMS?
Valentina is just better. I am you, but better right now, right? Whenever you get the ultimates, even the Sora versus Valentina matchup is like that.
So it's just such a huge anime fight that we are going to see constantly in the XP lane if we get to focus a bit more.
Oh, wow! 3-man RWM Rosa immediately taking out Oheb. With the clouds under the tower a little too long. TNZ actually able to get that kill, making it a decent trade. Rosa for Oheb, gold lane for mid.
Yeah, and look at Sigiboom, instant. Well, you don't get too much because you're an Esmeralda. But still, there's movement on the map, and yeah, that really shouldn't have been an okay trade for Aurora Gaming.
Oheb could have went out.
A lot of damage on a TNZ. The thing about the Hilda at level 4. Nice for that airstrike though, followed up by the falling Star Moon. JP might not be able to get away from this one. Pagu. Oh, the Fist Crack, and Sigiboom picks up the kill. Aurora Gaming trying to get back into this.
Tough. I guess even if he decided to go straight towards the nearest bush, the fact that he's being chased by an Esmeralda wouldn't really help. So there was no other way but to just get as far as possible as you can from Sigiboom and the chase. He kind of used his flicker in that previous fight though, so maybe Team Liquid could turn that into an advantage.
So let's talk about a little bit of what the panel were expecting coming into this matchup. Heat versus the Farsa, 4-1. Hold on, Oheb's gonna be ganked.
Oheb taking a lot of damage. Brought down Oheb once again, just able to get away. Sigiboom doesn't have the flicker to chase.
Happy Feet gets away. Actually, not really, no. He didn't really sidestep. He just used all the dashes in the kit, which you have plenty of. But back to the topic. Yeev just has constant damage to pressure you. And the RWM!
Damage on Rosa. Rosa forced to use the flicker. Will be okay. Turtle goes into the hands of Team Liquid.
That immobilizes you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they're not going to go for the chase anymore, but that's already going to make such a huge difference for Liquid here. 2 consecutive objectives that went over to their hands. Kenzie? Oh, he still gets Barbiel though, but with that IMU unleash the beast, Sanford. He's going to take them 1v2.
Damage on a Sanford. Sanford able to bring out the blast on a Lunar. TNZ up against Sanford. Sanford bullying back 2 members on his own, and Pagu taken out off cam.
JP!
JP looking for more. TNZ brought low. Carl TZ trying to lock on. JP in a bad spot. Carl TZ gets the Mountain Shocker. Lunar still will be able to get away though.
He's always
Sanford
alive.
For Sanford.
Okay.
Oheb under the tower with the shifting clouds. In comes TNZ. Feathered Airstrike drops down from Rosa. Just trying to create space at this point. Sigiboom with the falling star moon onto Oheb.
Okay, now Sigiboom is trying to turn away. Gets caught in the real world manipulation though. Fortunately, still has what it takes to survive. But yeah. Honestly, the way that Liquid are playing this lineup so far has been really, really well. They've been coming in from the most unexpected angles. Now it's Sanford once again on the Unleash the Beast.
Ooh, onto the next target, but he's able to get back safely under the tower. Down goes Rosa. Sanford with the pickup.
All right. Now they're trying their best to deny all the resources. This is not what Aurora has been through in the previous game. Another Unleash the Beast.
They're going for it all in. Sanford picks up the kill. And it's Lunar down and return to tier 1.
A lot of damage on a Pagu. We are back on the map. Sanford taking too much damage. TNZ picks it up. It's once again a bloodbath, a blow for blow as TNZ comes out on the steed, trying to create space. There's still one more turtle coming up soon.
Yeah, but they get the purple because of that, and potentially even the next turtle. So this is a lead that is slowly growing in the hands of Team Liquid, and I guess that was something that they afford to lose. Sanford, who can just really be the guy to force those fights under turrets.
Yeah, perfect turtle, by the way, as well here. You can actually see that Team Liquid, with the pressure that they have early on in the matchup, like the panel said, a confirmed win for Sanford versus Lunar. Oh, Phantom Steed from TNZ. You know, he was really trigger happy with the Phantom Steed in game 1, but that was when they were ahead. Now that they are behind, I'm not too big of a fan of this, and Carl goes over the Mountain Shocker. They want to gank Pagu.
Pagu gets caught by the Mountain Shocker, taken out. Another kill for Carl TZ. Rose with the stun onto JP, but here comes Sanji into the mid side. Aurora Gaming on the defense majorly right now. Sanford able to dash in, brings out the beast. Drops the bomb onto Rosa. TL continue to dominate through this game.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was an opportunity for them and they missed playing these kinds of heroes, or Sanford missed playing the Lucas, but every single time, even if he sees 2 or 3 members, he's not afraid to go at them and buy a lot of Time Lord space for Liquid. Now they're on to TNZ.
Oh, Sanji able to catch TNZ. TNZ might not be able to get a break. Oheb forced to use a Winter Crown. Lunar's waiting for him to come back. Lunar picks up the kill. Feathered Airstrike from Rosa, but Sanford gets the
Carl
Fi onto Rosa. Carl TZ into the backside. JP jumps in as well, gets caught with a fist crack. Pushing Aurora back under the base, back under the tier 1 at that when there's still a tier 2 standing.
Yeah, so we're back to Team Liquid again, just holding their grounds. Yes, a few pickoffs here and there. Oheb hasn't had the best game so far. A random pickoff there in the mid lane, and then in the bottom lane getting caught. 0-2-0, but it doesn't really matter, right? Because the top side of the map is winning so hard. And yeah, it looks like Sanford's like, okay, every time I go and see 2 people, I go in. but there's no punish.
Yep.
Ultimately, for this Valentina, who is better, Naruto. I mean, JP is a better Leomord right now.
Okay.
Each trying to push
Look at him.
back. Paku
So he's gonna be okay.
does have the fist crack here, but he's deciding not to use what you think is a good play up on the top side, though, for that airstrike comes down as Lunar gets caught off by Sanford.
Oh.
Carl TZ. A big bomb onto 3 members. JP now locking onto Pagu. As Lunar looks for Carl TZ in the back end. Can he chase him down? Oh! Looking for the last hit, but no! Carl TZ catches him in a 1v1. You thought you had him. And now they're going to move on to the Lord.
And I guess that what shows you that it's fine that OHEB's been through this much. Even despite being on a 0-2, at least your main damage is okay. Carl TZ is very much farmed up. And by this time, now that we're reaching the mid-game, OHEB, he can just transition to being the guy to look for the additional setups, to be the guy to disrupt the formations of Aurora Gaming and start fights. Not that Sanford hasn't been doing it for the past few games, but with OHEB, it'll be a lot more impactful for Team Liquid.
Absolutely. It really just feels like Team Liquid have the better versions of Aurora Gaming's picks everywhere on the map. Sanji, oh, he gets away. They want all in.
Second, Sanji, they don't want to let him get away. TNZ looking for the pushback. Out comes the RWM with 2 members caught in, but TNZ finally finds Sanji. And now TNZ continues to unleash chaos onto the members, but Pagu's on his own. Carl TZ showed up to save the day as OHEB jumps under the tower. Rosa, one more tower shot, but it's not enough. A nice falling Star Moon lands on a JP, but Aurora Gaming are just trying to create space.
I am starting to get nervous whenever I see OHEB dive a turret, but fortunately he got out of that. Now this is an opportunity for Team Liquid. We are still looking at the holy shields available for Aurora Gaming, but with this much pressure at a 7k gold lead, they'll definitely take out some of that.
Again for Liquid, it's Sanford stealing away the ultimate, and now he's gonna go rampage with a Lord charge in.
Bird unleashes the beast once again, decides not to dive in, but in comes OHEB with a shifting cloud, does lock on to Siggy Boom, pushes him back, it's an all-in. OHEB falls, TNZ able to get the kill as Sanford continues to unleash chaos onto Lunar. Lunar back onto the base, Siggy Boom caught off. And Team Liquid only lose 1.
RWM?
Onto Rosa, another airstrike stolen, Carl TZ gets the kill.
Oh, that was a panic from Rosa. Pops into feather airstrike right as you're caught by the RWM, and now they have just 1 base turret.
TNZ help defend. Mountain Shocker does not
Sanford?
Sanford to the backside, able to get the Terrify onto TNZ.
What?
Dashes in, maybe caught into a bad spot. They're trying to stun him. 1 more tower shot. Sanford is almost still standing.
3 base turrets, Team Liquid. They're pushing in, they're stomping through. They want to get revenge from game number 1, but I can't help but feel now it really looks like that pick, the Lucas, was a mistake. After, you know, that whole pause, waiting for it, and now seeing it just getting completely curb stomped. Look at the gaps between everyone. Again, Team Liquid just have the better versions of every pick of Aurora Gaming, right? It's the Valentina versus the Lucas.
Yeah.
It's Yi Sun-shin versus Leomord, in this case, with a Hilda, with a dangerous grass lady.
Okay. Speaking of,
TZ should be able to get away from this. Rosa's trying to pincer him.
Oh,
my God, Carl TZ! He goes down, but he takes Rosa with him, and in comes Lunar. Sanji, JP, along with Sanford, want to lock on to Pagu here. Pagu's going to bite the bullet as Aurora Gaming lose 2 for Carl TZ.
and that's actually so value for Aurora Gaming, actually, right? Like Rosa 0-4 earlier, Pagu was 0-3, now they're 0-5-0-4, so no bounty at all for 7-0 Carl TZ, and they delayed the game a bit more because I don't think Liquid can actually blitz the Lord. Yeah, unless Sanford like goes into V1, wins it again, then sure.
yep. Not for now. They will buy a bit more time, but they can still afford to be the guys just pressuring Aurora and not allowing them to get out too much. They want to fight!
In the Thunder mode, gets a lot of damage on a Siggy Boom, comes in, more damage on a Tansin. Steed comes out, that airstrike drops down.
Sanford.
Sanford in the back line, just pushing Aurora Gaming away. We didn't have Carl TZ, but they didn't need him at the time.
Yeah.
Carl TZ is like an errand boy right now. It's like, go get Lord. Well, he got this game already.
Yeah, look at where he is right now while Liquid are marching with a minion wave down bottom, just making sure Aurora don't get any close. And that's the Lord immediately over to their side, but they might actually try to go for something. Hopefully just not something similar to the last siege, because those are, I think, 2 consecutive mistakes that Aurora were able to capitalize on, which brought us to this point of the game.
Yeah. They still have a Lord in mid, they have the waves coming down as well, so they can just play it slow right now, but they're actually constantly shoving in, so mid lane will be getting into the base quicker than the side lane. So again, Aurora Gaming actually still have a chance to defend this.
No feathered airstrike just yet for Rosa. As Lord comes in, TNZ brings out the steed, tries to get the push back onto JP. Down to the bot side, Siggy Boom gets caught. Oh, onto Carl Teasy, trying to get him. Siggy Boom, Lunar there as well. The bomb misses, and now Sanford's in the midst. Lord onto the base. Oheb up against 4. Sanji, Sanford want to try to close the gap.
A really good job from Aurora Gaming at trying to
Pagoo!
focus on Carl!
Nice fist crack, but Sanford able to flick back along with Sanji. They're going to look for the re-engage. Carl Teasy shows up as well. The Phantom Seed comes out, and Sanford continues to shoot. Oheb down.
Carl gonna be caught with feather airstrike. Rosa!
Carl Teasy taken out. Sanford as well. Aurora Gaming trying to turn this game around. It's JP and Sanji are the last ones standing.
Team Liquid! Where is the discipline? They shoved in constantly. We were already talking about it. Aurora had a chance because Team Liquid didn't want to clear the waves in a way where it'll crash together. They cleared everything at once. Mid lane came in, Aurora cleared it out, yet Team Liquid still wanted to fight. And what's going on with Oheb, man? The first 3 deaths should have been a warning.
You gotta respect, you gotta be mindful. There's just so much ways for Aurora to go for the counter engage. We haven't seen the full potential of the Badang just yet from Pagoo. That was just a single fist break that caught members of Team Liquid and forced them to finally run away. We're gonna take a quick look at the instant replay there. That definitely was a bit too extended of a Lord Siege attempt that we saw from Liquid. And this is the fist break, fist crack combo that we were talking about. Forcing out multiple flickers, yet Liquid still wanted to fight. But the most questionable of all was Oheb still standing under that despite taking the turret shots.
Ooh.
And Carl Teasy, this is the point where you have to respect the damage from Rosa.
You do, right? Like, he was 0-5. For the most part of this game, it was kind of like an irrelevant farsa, but once we get to a certain point, he's gonna start to hurt, and I think this is the point right now. Gee, he's level against Sanji. He was so behind the entire game. I'm telling you, that shutdown on Carl, that was big for the team because they were able to buy more time for Rosa to get to this point. For Siggy Boom as well. Holy Crystal! Starlium side. This is more of a damage-dealing Esmeralda than a tank.
Yeah. Carl Teasy might want to be a bit more careful in terms of where he decides to show himself. Siggy Boom will definitely go for the chase. Or maybe that's also why Liquid are deciding to try and take down Siggy Boom first, because they know he's not fully tank. So they have a bit more capabilities to burst him down if they wanted to. But the way that the game's showing us, it's not exactly that. Siggy Boom, despite this build, is actually a bit more of a problem for Liquid.
Wait.
JP though, wow. That damage.
Yeah, luckily no flicker used by Rosa. That would have been real bad. But you can already see, again, Hilda's kind of broken, you know? You can't just walk up like that. You need Pagoo to help you, or you need to just form, but they're sneaking it!
A lot of damage though onto Oheb. Shifty Cloudsy is able to get away. Lord goes over to Carl TNZ, but Oheb brought low with the fist crack. TNZ able to find it. They jump onto Sanji. Sanji has to disengage. Carl TZ has to disengage, but Lunar's on the backside. The bomb misses, but a few more shots. Can he get the kill? Sanji finally falls. Siggy Boom up for Carl TZ. Aurora Gaming don't want to give up.
The magic damage Esmeralda Sanford!
He takes out Lunar. But Sanford, it's now a 2v2. Pagoo, TNZ, up against JP and Sanford. Where is Siggy Boom right now? He's got to get involved into this. The falling Star Moon is not there, but he's able to lock on to Sanford here. JP and Sanford have to back off as Aurora Gaming go back to defend the base.
They're doing so much to hold down this game. But speaking of holding down members, they have no ways to stop Siggy Boom, Pagoo, and TNZ when they decide to go for the chase. Sanford, he has a job. He is the guy expected to zone out the other members. But when Aurora Gaming decides to commit on Carl, on Sanji, who is going to be there to protect them?
That's a good question. Team Liquid Philippines might be the final boss of M7, but in Game 2 of Team Liquid versus Aurora Gaming, Siggy Boom's the final boss, bro. You gotta get past him. And how do you do it? Carl TZ and Sanji, one falling Star Moon got them to half HP, dude. And now he has to win a crown. Let's take a look at the replay again to see exactly what happened. So again, it's Oheb trying to buy some time, but they already got the Lord here, but then they got caught by the flanking Pagoo, and then look at the damage. Look, half HP straight.
Yep.
from the falling star moon.
Yeah, and the flickers from Lunar. Fortunately, the shockwave blasts don't land just yet. But look at that, even this flicker falling star moon, last minute.
Hold on. Oh, this is the replay still.
Yeah.
This is
Calm down. I know there's a lot of
I
action.
understand, I can feel it.
We're getting overloaded with plays right now. Luckily, they actually didn't fight during the live view and then the replay, because that will be even more confusing. But hey, maybe, you know what, maybe we're wrong. Maybe Naruto isn't that bad.
He always shows up.
Was that Talk No Jutsu?
That was Talk No Jutsu.
Was that Date
They tried
Bayo?
to Talk No Jutsu with
Do you
the-
believe
with the-
it?
With the,
I heard something.
Maybe they did, yes, you're right. So they failed to Talk No Jutsu, and now it's believe it.
Now it's believe it.
Believe it.
Better believe it.
Oh, man. So, Oheb, right? Like, what does he have to do next? What's the adaptation now? Because it really feels like he's just been off of his game completely.
To be fair, I think this is the point where you rely on the Sora more for the setups. Although, if he hasn't been as successful in those setups, especially in catching Rosa, because I feel like Rosa is going to be the main target here, then they can potentially consider other ways to deal with this. He can still be somewhat of a finisher. He can be also using his crowd control skills to be the guy to maybe protect Sanji and Carl, because you can't expect Sanford and JP to do that anymore, because if not, then they'll have all the other members of Aurora Gaming just going at them all at once.
My lord. Aurora taking control. Oheb, oh my god!
That walks right into it. Tienzi does use the Phantom Steed. That might have been a little bit too early. Lord is out. Aurora Gaming forced to delay even more.
It already made it out the ult from Oheb as well, though, so it's fine right now, right? Tienzi, at this point of the game, Phantom Steed is going to be up by quite a bit. It's like pretty low cooldown compared to when it was very easy to bait it out in the mid game, in the early game. What did you spot out? Did you spot something out, Trex?
Yeah, Siggy Boom's health bar is all shield.
Oh, yeah. Half. And then the
Walks
Blood
around
Wings.
like that. Just walks around like that
Look at
regularly.
this guy, bro.
Siggy Boom woke up like this.
Yeah. That's what all of them say. Winter Crown, he sold out the boots, so now it's like, even if you target him, you can't. Oh my god, they're going to try it, aren't they? Mounted Chakra revealing them.
Oh, wait.
I honestly feel like Siggy Boom could have just taken it like a good boy and been like, yeah, no, you're not going to kill me. Because now he used the flicker. Do you think he was that vulnerable? Do you think he needed to flicker that Mounted Chakra?
No.
I think he just got a little nervous.
Yeah, because you see so many people chasing after you at that point, and there's a Lord, so you at least want to make sure you're alive by then, because you never know what time it's going to spawn when Liquid decides to take it for themselves. But now there's really good positioning on the map from Aurora Gaming, and I'm looking particularly at Rosa.
This is a crazy position to hold as a Farsa, and he used the wings by wings to get there, dude. So it's like, it's all in or nothing. Siggy Boom holding this angle again. That's going to be a turret for free, it seems. No. Yeah, Siggy Boom rotates.
Aurora Gaming is macroing with no towers right now. Can we just talk about that? Because they're winning top lane with no inhibitors.
You know why, Trex? This is the reality of having one marksman in your composition and then full fighters, right? Your sieging isn't really that good. It's not good at all. That's why, again, for Team Liquid, staying there when they had the Lord was all right. But after the Lord died, staying there was kind of like a death sentence. They were waiting for a moment for Aurora Gaming to actually get, you know, a big pick with Pagu, a big set, or maybe even pokes from Rosa to ultimately shoo them away, but it ended up being everything. So they had to really step back, and now Team Liquid can't even do what they've been doing all the way from the start, like going for the blitzes, because it's an evolved Lord. You can't blitz that without a Lunox here, without a carry. It's Carl and Sanji on Yi Sun Shin, and don't have enough damage to really tank or blitz an evolved Lord.
Though.
Huh?
Oh, they're setting up so much like
Shocker! Plus the shifting clouds, Oheb trying to make the play, but in comes Rosa once again with a feather airstrike, and Siggy Boom is still standing. And Immortality does pop Sanji.
Oh my god.
But he's unable to catch enough. Sanford locks in the backside, but he's unable to catch just yet. Lunar pops the winner crown. Carl Teasy gonna get the final hit, but wait, no, Lunar does finally drop.
Now it's going to be Pagu very low. Rosa in the back line going to be handled by Sanford.
Pagu now has to watch his friends fall. Siggy Boom there as well with the falling star, trying to lock on to Sanji, but it's just not enough. At this point, the full team wipeout will happen, and Team will finally take the dub. Carl Teasy with the savage.
Ice cold winner crown from Team Liquid.
We thought they weren't prepared to fight back.
Because hey,
5 seconds.
It's game number 3 in the Lanadon we go. This is the battle for match point between TLPH and Aurora Gaming Turkey.
Yep. And if it's just risk that we're talking about, this isn't new to Aurora. They've been one of the few to introduce the more unorthodox meta, the Harleys, which are now being banned against them. So this might just be all according to plan for them, but I have to agree, the draft looks very favorable for Team Liquid.
And it's not just in this tournament, right? We saw the Harley, we saw those crazy picks, but the Amon, the Leomord, it was them who showed it off in the international stage in previous tournaments as well.
Yeah, I mean, Aurora's always been known for doing things like this, but they are also a team that's known for making it work time and time again. I like the draft a lot. I think the Hayabusa is a little off, but still, if there's a team that can do it, it's them.
Yeah. Looking at the emblems, everything looks pretty standard for majority of them. A lot of thrills, so I'm guessing Team Liquid really want to take things into or under control, but Aurora Gaming, despite everything we've mentioned, at least with the Zetian, we're seeing how they also are keeping the mid lane under control so far. So I guess that's stopping Team Liquid to a certain extent.
Yeah, that's something we have been seeing a lot from the Zetians. Even for Selangor Red Giants, the way they control the mid lane is with the Zetian, you have just so much range and instant clear with anyone with Concussive Blast. So even if the enemy team has Cho, it's still a win for you. JP and Sanji are kind of confined to their turret right now, and it's very difficult because on the Forza you want to be active. You want to use those wings by wings early to get like a little bit of poke on Lunar, maybe a win, or just relieving pressure off of your weak side. All those small victories have been taken away from or by the Zetian.
Ooh, that could have been something for Aurora. Fortunately, Team Liquid are really careful in scouting out where they could potentially come from. They're the ones holding the turtles first, though.
Oh, a lot of damage on it, JP.
But their airstrike.
Airstrike goes down early for Sanji, but he's able to zone Rosa away, and that's the goal. And Team Liquid once again get the first neutral objective with the turtle.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, without...
Hey!
Oh, wait!
Comes the bully, JP comes in. Is he able to get away? It's taking a lot of damage on the JP. The shadow kill, Tienzi with first blood. He's just able to, he does lose the purple buff over to Carl Tizi, but still, at least he finds some revenge. Now Sanford taking a little bit of damage as well, but the disengage happens.
Okay, that flicker was a bit off-timed. I think he could have escaped that a bit or could have split up the damage a bit more, but then he clicked it right as the Ogi shadow kill was cast, so he had to go down. Could have been better, especially as he used the flicker. Oh, Pagu too using the flicker, but going back, yeah. Team Liquid Philippines at that point, I feel like Aurora Gaming should have been more, wait, maybe we talk about that later.
The dragon on Tienzi, Tienzi instantly taken out. A tsunami slam from Pagu. Carl Tizi wants more, gonna come in. Block on Pagu, Sanji showing up to the party as well. Pagu decimated, taken out, wiped off the map. A double kill into the hands of Carl Tizi.
Wait, Lunar!
Sanford in trouble. Lunar trying to find something.
Ooh.
Hopefully he can pick it up. Yes, Lunar gets the solo kill up against 40.
Who's the Apex Predator now? Lunar winging out up top, but also uncharacteristic on both sides. Yeah, Sanford getting solo kill. Carl Tizi recalling on Pagu. I don't see that often.
I can't help but recall what they mentioned in the interview. He just wished good luck to wait. Oheb?
Got a kill on Oheb, blazing duet. He will be safe. The fighter emblems just
okay.
too much.
Maybe I can continue what I was saying now.
Yeah.
But
never mind.
Never mind. Okay.
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 Yes.
Yes. Now I.
Never mind.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Wait. You're good. Go.
Go.
Go quickly.
So okay. So Carl Tizi did mention good luck to whoever they're facing against next, because they're really feeling it right now. So maybe that's one of the indicators that they are, because he doesn't usually spam the recall.
Especially after last game. Oh, Sanford!
Oh! Flash on a Tienzi. Tienzi's not going to get out of this one. Tick Boom does show up. Get some nice damage on a JP. Looking for one more shot. Bagu unable to connect with a Tsunami Slam. Rosa as well. JP gets away safely. Finally, Tsunami Slam does come on to Sanford.
Wow.
Takes some more chip damage from Rosa. He tries to dash back. Gets back to the turtle, and it's another neutral objective into the hands of Team Liquid.
Beautifully done by Sanford there. Getting solo killed up top, he instantly just rotates over, plays for the team, knows that, all right, in this matchup, I'm kind of cooked. Might as well just go and enable the team, the part of the team that's winning, and then rotate back up top. Lunar, he's a Sora. He's great in team fights, but in terms of sieging turrets down, not that good. You can already see that the punishment from Sora just staying in lane wasn't all that.
Yeah, and it's the small things. The way he always tries to help JP, that dauntless strike last minute, just JP could survive. And JP himself too, with that well-timed Shunpo, so he doesn't get caught in the title strike. So everything is just slowly falling into place for Team Liquid here. But you have to also note, Aurora Gaming, they're not letting things completely go their way. They're looking for the trades, and these are really good trades because they're getting turrets across the map.
Taking a look at the items here, rush to the Oracle there for Lunar, wants to get more benefits from the healing of Kalea passive. You're constantly proccing in team fights, and it makes sense because he has Concussive Blast. This is the thing that we've been seeing a lot of teams go for as we develop into the later stage of the M7 World Championship. Earlier on in the wildcard, it was all Brave Smite Soras. Then we got to see Lutpi play the Concussive Blast, and I'm like, wait, how does this work? He lost on that, then I'm like, okay, maybe it's not the best. Then we saw more and more Concussive Blast just for Prio. And now it's the best emblem to go for. No one ever goes Brave Smite again, except, this is what we're talking about XP, because Temporal Rain is pretty good for gold.
Yeah. We saw that in Oheb's hands even yesterday, or even just earlier now when he used it and did a couple mistakes on the Sora, but that was already the Tsunami.
Stanford! Now that's more like the Apex Predator. JP!
Nice way the Dragon does connect onto Pagu. Feathered Airstrike as well. Shifting clouds keep Karl'Tezi under the tower. JP now trying to run away as Pagu. Rosa want to try to refight this out.
Oh no.
Masanji and Stanford and all the rest of the team have showed up, and the taunt happens, and JP gets the kill. Now Rosa and Pagu in a bad situation. Turtle up in 3 seconds. Team Liquid gonna reposition.
Lunar probably didn't want to reposition there.
Tenchi!
Oh, they walk right into it. A stun and a final slash, and Sanford finds Pagu.
It's almost like Team Liquid were like, all right, game 1, game 2, Aurora were catching us with these crazy unorthodox team fights that we might just have to go for our comfort picks. Oh, JP again?
Okay.
Clouds onto JP, brings him onto the tower, but Sanford showed up in the nick of time, but a shadow kill able to get it now. Sanford in a bad spot as well, brought down to about 20%.
Oof.
This is the final slash, and it's one hot onto Sanford. They can't get the kill, but the airstrike comes out. What time? Sanford finally goes down. Pagu with Tsunami Slam onto Sanji.
Oheb!
Karl'Tezi looking for a target, blazing duet from Oheb. And then there's Calm.
Okay.
Finally.
I hope this is real. Because they're a bit too far from each other to re-engage once again and cut us off. But yeah.
We finally analyzed.
Finally, maybe not.
Never mind.
Well, you keep wasting time. You gotta jump in again.
Okay. But there you go. You see how these two players of Team Liquid really are working together almost all the time. It's JP and Sanford making things happen across the map, even without Karl'Tezi joining in. But when he decides to, that's where the narrative really shifts. This is a clear advantage in Team Liquid's hands so far, but Aurora Gaming just the same could see it as an opening. If they're able to constantly punish these two frontliners for Liquid that way, then they'll have much easier access to these members of Liquid who they're yet to shut down. That's Oheb, that's Sanji, and speaking of...
JP brought in the midst, there was no escape from that one.
Yeah. I don't know about the Shunpu there. Like, he tried to, I guess, body block for Oheb, and then he ended up just going like, oh no, it's me now. All right, whatever, you know? I guess we could say it's worth it because look at Sanford pushing up top, getting the Prio again to maneuver into the jungle, but unfortunately they don't use it to do anything. So at the end of the day, it's just a free pick off there. But Team Liquid are still ahead by quite a bit, and the corrosion side will be done very soon by Oheb. That's going to be quick from him. Swift Trinity, Brute Force Breast Split already picked up now as well by Lunar.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a 2-level gap between the two junglers and a 1k gold lead too. So far Karl'Tezi has been doing, or it's not actually Karl'Tezi, it's JP and the other members of Liquid doing a great job at choking out resources from TNZ. He's only gotten his second core item just now.
Hold on, Pagu able to pull Sanford back as TNZ goes into the back line. Oh! Shadow Kill does not connect, and Sanford able to flicker away. Lunar still in the midst of things with the shifting clouds, able to bring JP back to the team. Aurora, do they want to keep on forcing this? Lunar backs off.
All right.
It's a retreat.
Genzi goes in with a Shadow Kill.
Onto JP, looking for the final shot and gets the kill.
The RNG just isn't in favor of JP. He's flickered out of the Shadow Kill. I think like this is the third time it's happened, and it just doesn't work in the way that you expect, right? You want to flicker right as the Shadow Kill comes in so that it kind of buffers, but it's just unfortunate. The thing is though, even with the flicker, TNT already had the Quad Shadow and he went Shadow Kill Lunar.
Clouds on a Karl'Tezi and Oheb in the face of a Feathered Airstrike, and the damage is too much.
That should have been an opening. There was no retreat for Team Liquid.
Sigibul!
Wait a second, Pagu. Sanji takes out Pagu. Oheb has gotten the kill, but Sticky Boom finds Sanji. Carl TZ now in control of the Lord Pit. It's nothing but Rosa and TNZ left.
I legit lost count of the number of vengeances that Sanford used in that previous fight. Oh my goodness, I thought the Fury of the Phoenix could have stood a chance, but yeah. And it was weird. Aurora Gaming, they had such the perfect opportunities. Carl TZ was forced to use his retribution in that previous clash. Team Liquid were already forced to back out. JP was nowhere to look for a setup, but Lunar probably in a desperate attempt to look for another setup to get more just so they could ensure that they have the upper hand and the advantage, tried to go for something.
That's why when teams go for this kind of playstyle, it's a risk that you're taking where you might overheat yourself, right? And that's exactly what's happening to Aurora Gaming. They find some good team fights, but the fact that Team Liquid throughout the game has gotten more, he's got more wins in the team fights, it's built up frustration for Aurora Gaming. So whenever they only get like a small victory, one guy picked off, they're like, I want more. They're giving for TL hope basically to Aurora Gaming, and it's a false sense of security where Aurora are just like, we constantly want more, and the punish keeps on happening. You can't just be making these mistakes against Team Liquid. Look at already, with just a small mistake from Lunar, how much of a goal lead they built. Final slash!
Sanji takes out Rosa. That's the final slash you're waiting to see right before a big push.
With the flickered off angle too, Rosa could not expect that. I mean, there was no way to react to it. He wasn't really visible, and then boom, JP!
In the backside with a kick, but it's the wrong way, and sees Tsunami Slam back to the base. Immortality does pop. Sanford's gonna try to help him out. A shifting clouds though, make sure Sanford kill. Feather Strike does come down. Lunar forces it back up. Trying to lock onto Sanji.
Whoa.
Does get away on the top side though. Oheb with a BMI back.
Such great timing.
Nice stun.
Yeah. Okay, so they might not go for it first, but that was such great timing on the Purify. Oheb wasn't caught in the title strike, so his Blazing Duet wasn't cancelled out. At least Aurora Gaming were quick to react though, so they didn't feel majority of the damage just yet, but still that's already the swift Trinity completed for Oheb. And mind you, that was the only time I think where he went in with the Blazing Duet. He wasn't alongside anyone else just yet, so what more if Team Liquid decide to commit with all these resources that they have?
Yeah, take a look at the items here again. With the Wind of Nature as well, Oheb is just so free. There's not really a lot of lockdown by the time he goes in. Oheb's playing this Claude really, really well, and he understands the job description of playing the Claude at this point, right? It's not to go Blazing Duet with the rest of the team initially. It's to wait for some of these resources to be burnt out. Lunar CC being burnt out, the Tsunami Slam from Pagu, and then, only then will Oheb walk up to clean up, and it's been working amazing right now. So Aurora, what is the route they need to take to avoid that from happening? Because again, it really seems like there's no answer right now.
Yeah, they do have answers in their lineup though, very direct answers at that. They do have the Fury of the Phoenix, they can use it to cancel out or at least stop Team Liquid in their tracks if they wanted to, or if they timed it really, really well. And TNZ, well, it's also partly the JP not being as lucky today when it comes to dodging the Ogi Shadow kills, but right now TNZ can also deal considerable amounts of damage if he wanted to, but okay. Speaking of, JP spots out where Aurora Gaming is going to come from.
Play, quick movements from Aurora Gaming. Lunar comes with a shifting blast, but the knockup happens! And Aurora Gaming is shoved in their face! Back away from the Lord. Lunar taken out. Team Liquid going to advance.
2 members down, a Lord taken by the Chef. Team Liquid are looking for the end in game number 3 for match point.
Yup, they lost TNZ and Lunar, 2 of probably the most important heroes you could rely on for your defense.
AP with a big kick lands on Pagu. Oheb gonna get some more shots off. Pagu goes down next. It's Siggy Boom and Rosa up against the Stampede. A Lord coming down the mid side. Oheb locks on a Siggy Boom. Siggy Boom trying to do something, but he just can't do it. Carl TZ and Sanji lock on the base, and that's game 2 for Team Liquid.
Match point secured for Team Liquid in the lower brackets.
Don't know with this context though. And with that, we're throwing it over to our casters with another interesting draft.
5 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, this could be the end of the line for Aurora Gaming. Everything in this game to equalize 2-2 and take us to game number 5. So they had to pull in all of the stops. They had to go for the risky plays and now the risky drafts.
Yeah. Literally pull in opponents because they went in for the Kaja, which
Whip.
It is. But yeah, I do agree. I kind of miss seeing it too, but in this scenario, I might be a bit more iffy towards it because there are just so many people who could stand in front of you, and by the time you use your Divine Judgment, can still get away safely. That's the Arlot, that's the Khalid. It's a quick stand guard and the Vengeance.
I think we really got to keep our eyes on TNZ this match. I know that all of these picks look crazy, but for Aurora Gaming, they want to look for early game pickoffs. That's what they've always done. Once Pagu hits level 4, it might not be as defensive, like trying to catch Kaltizi when he comes in or trying to catch Oheb. It might be a much more aggressive Kaja here, looking to bring people back and keep our eyes on TNZ in those off lanes, looking for quick ganks.
I love the fact that Pagu always goes, pull yourselves together, dude. He's so confident in himself. He's so confident he'll be able to go for those pickoffs.
Yeah. So we might see him not being as hesitant whenever he tries to go for those Divine Judgments, and even those flickers surprises, because I think that's what's gonna really trigger a lot of the battle spells from Team Liquid, so TNC could be a bit more free to deal with the burst damage, because he's gonna be the main source of that at this point. You can't really expect to get much from your sides just yet. And now they're really trying to look for potential ways that they could make this or make his presence felt. But Oheb, I feel, is a bit too careful in the laning too. And we've seen how disciplined he played this Claude even in the previous game.
Yeah. I think, in a way, the Kaja pick actually kind of ruined a bit of what I was expecting. I thought, again, I had a similar opinion to Lafel. I thought it was going to be a Minotaur, a hard CC hero to come in as Roam, because I thought you would want to put TL onto more Purify so that your crazy poke, the assassin threat from TNZ could be more. Now it's that up top.
Magic on Oheb. Oheb might not be able to get away from this one. He's gonna live though. The Deadly Magic wasn't enough. TNZ wants to try to finish it, but he goes too deep and he's taken out. First blood over to Sanji.
Sanji just literally followed him with the Lantern Flares. And he had no other way to get out. The Space Escape was already used just to pour out the damage for the Deadly Magic. But you understand why Aurora Gaming wanted that kill on Oheb so badly. It's just that it was a bit too desperate of an attempt.
Uh-oh. Siggy Boom. Flickers out. Kaltizi. Okay, doesn't get the quad shadow. It's all G. But yeah, again, right? Like, everybody has Flicker. And again, because Oheb, imagine if they had a hard CC, kind of like a, let's say like a Minotaur, that forces you to go Purify. Oheb might not have lived that. They would have just bypassed through it and he wouldn't have been able to space out the way he did. Now, that's another.
Pagu forced to use the flicker. He's gonna lock on to JP. TNZ comes in. Deadly Magic as well, but still just not enough damage from Aurora Gaming. RWM does come down from Rosa. No final shot on the JP. Team Liquid gets away clean.
It was just countered by the quick sand guard. And we did allude to this idea earlier on, but it's not an aggressive Kaja we're seeing from Pagu just yet. It's a more reactive, just taking whatever is available for the team Kaja.
And when you have a Kaja, you need an insta-kill button. You need something to be like, all right, instantly now Oheb again up top. I don't think they're going to try to dive this, so Oheb should still be fine, yeah. But they don't have that. So, again, like, earlier the panel were concerned about, hey, what? Oh my god, what a steal there. But what are they going to do with this full HP Claude? What are they going to do with everybody? Like, they get Khalid is like, guys, okay, I guess he's just going to go and heal.
Yeah, and that's a Claude who literally first item prioed the Demon Hunter Sword, and not even any magic defense items, not even tough boots or not even a robe. He really just wanted to go for damage. Oh, wait.
Nice grab onto Sanford. Final slash though to response, and in comes Sanji and the rest of the team in a huge sandstorm on to Aurora Gaming. Sanford is taken out, the Lunar able to get the kill. JP as well. Carl Teasy finds Lunar, but it's a 2-for-1 right now. Pagu, Rosa, TNZ back under the tower, but a decent trade for Aurora Gaming.
Yeah, really good. At least they were able to force it slightly under the turret. Rosa, though, okay, there's no Ogi Shadow kill, so he will be surviving that. But yeah, it took a while, but at least Aurora Gaming were able to get the job done. That kill onto Sanford and JP are going to be very much worth it. And you see how the idea of forcing a fight in a place which is slightly favorable for you can actually do wonders for this lineup.
It was under the turret, so despite Sanford not being insta-killed, he was kind of forced to just go in to actually get more HP with a Vengeance. And it ultimately got him to take way more turret shots than he should. And the fact that JP got a Raging Sandstorm was great. If it wasn't for Rosa, who already planted himself down with the real world manipulation, so much damage AoE onto them. So JP and Sanford were just trying to survive, got melted down by those taps.
Now we see they are going to be positioning first in this upcoming turtle. Lunar is there too, but he's getting poked down by Sanford here. Oh, they go for the setup.
Whoa! Oh, nice RWM on Sanji, forced to flicker back. As Siggy Boom continues to attack onto Oheb. Oheb able to take out Lunar, and Carl T smashes in with a shadow kill. But the group up saves them all together. Lunar down. Team Liquid come out with the extra win.
That was perfect from Kagu.
Yeah.
He got Sanji and still they didn't have enough damage, dude.
Yeah, this is a Jusin who is on a slightly tankier or a Brave Smite emblem, which you would recall was introduced quite a while ago or a while back, but that was just the Crimson Beacon keeping him safe there. And Kyle TZ, you cannot distract this guy. Yeah, you can't distract this guy.
I understand it now.
Yeah.
They pick up the Khalid, they see the Harley now. Shadow kill on Lunar.
Could be okay, able to respond. Back to Carl TZ. Oh, but he goes down. Licks back. Carl TZ doesn't have the range right now. Lunar is safe.
Back to the point though. I think I understand it now.
Understand what?
Wait, okay. Harley, jumping around, right? There's already Khalid to handle it. You jump on the Harley, you win it out because you're a tanky boy. Then as you jump around to your previous hat, to your hat,
Okay.
Hayabusa comes in. So it's like they have so much mobility that it bypasses that escape tool.
Stanford once again with a huge final slash. In comes Sanji. The shifting clouds, but it's not enough. Rosa is taken out as Oheb threads through, but Siggy Boom jumps into the midst of it and takes out Sanji and Oheb. It's 1, but in comes Carl TZ. The final hit on to Sanford. Siggy Boom still in the back line. 3 for 1. Aurora Gaming still wins out in these trades.
Maybe not choose fights that are in those positions, that are close or near to turrets of Aurora Gaming, where Rosa can just comfortably use the real-world manipulation, because that happened twice in a row now, but it was just a lot more valuable for Aurora Gaming this time.
Yeah, maybe choose your fights better, right? Like, I know you're Team Liquid and all, you know, you're like the final boss, but you still also have to respect the enemy team, I agree. That just felt like complete disrespect. Radiant Sandstorm on TNZ.
See? Magic Trick's back. Out comes the RWM, and Rosa catches 3 with the shifting clouds as well from Lunar. Carl TZ to come in. He's looking for the shadow kill, but he's just stuck right now. Has to dash back. Sanford's gonna be the next on the block as Carl TZ falls next. And Aurora Gaming are looking to even the score.
By the way, the shifting clouds actually brought Liquid out of the real-world manipulation, but the damage was still enough for Aurora Gaming. Lunar got a triple, and that's gonna be a massive problem for them moving forward.
And it was just complete disrespect from Team Liquid. Again, you have the mobility, but it doesn't mean you have to chase TNZ like that. They used all their resources to go in, and they forgot completely how their composition was supposed to work.
Yeah.
How Aurora Gaming could pick them off. Yes, they didn't have enough damage at the start of the game, but after those constant throws from Liquid, they definitely do now.
Yeah.
Take a look at the replay again.
Yeah.
Brother.
Brother.
Harley, TNZ broke all of their ankles, and yes, they did get taken out of the RWM, but by that point, they were already so low. They were all already tapped down by Rosa.
Yeah, maybe leave the job to Carl TZ to finish things off. You could just do as much as you want to bait out skills from Aurora Gaming, because essentially because of your mobility, that's what you could really specialize on. You have so many ways to just bait resources and skills out of Aurora, specifically that space escape from Tianzi, if we're just really talking about shutting down the jungler of Aurora Gaming. But the way things are going are just really not looking good for Liquid, and the gold lead has already shifted over to Aurora.
With the gold lead, it's going to be very, very scary. Like Aurora Gaming's composition, this is the lineup that we were talking about. It is very risky. We didn't get to see a lot of it in the early game just because they lack that damage, but when they have the snowball, all of those little like weaknesses disappear. Now you have enough damage, whoever you go for in the Divine Judgment, and also it acts as a distraction for Tianzi to just go over to Oheb in the back line or even Sanji.
Not just that, but JP, this is I mean, the Khalid can be a risky pick as well, and once it falls behind like this, 0, 2, and 5, there's not much JP can do. He can bring in the big engage, but he's immediately shredded down, crowd controlled. There's not a whole lot of engage left. Now it really comes down onto Sanford to look for a big final slash or something of that nature. Team Liquid definitely needs to play all of this defensively.
I'm surprised the Divine Judgment didn't come through there. I thought they were just going to be like, all right, JP is walking over to us, let's go.
Sanji.
Yeah.
For an angle, decides not to do it.
They want to deny this purple buff really badly.
gets
Okay, at least he gets
Boy, Tienzi! Oh, thank goodness
But
he had the
they paid
hat.
out the Raging Sandstorm as well.
No, it's fine. Cooldown's very low there, right? So it's like, it's still a Sky Piercer for Carl. Did not notice. Let's take a look at the items.
Yeah, he's still slightly behind of Tianzi though, if it's just that. A bit of catching up to do here for majority of the members, but I think it's more emphasized on the EXP lane matchup. It's also mainly because of the triple kill, I guess, that Lunar did get earlier on in the top lane. But I think that's where we put a bit more importance on what Trek said about Sanford being the guy who could potentially turn things around for Team Liquid here. It's really that final slash onto the right target that could shift things a bit towards their favor.
Yeah. It really seems like for Aurora Gaming, coming into this mid-game, I thought there would be more physical defense items, but they're still going for like traditional build paths here. Even the Oracle straight for Lunar, despite not having any more healing from the rest of the team here. So, again, I would like to have that Pagu.
He's gonna get pulled back. It's gonna be enough to take him out. The final deadly match to come.
Wow.
And a beautiful RWM to keep TL at bay. They claim JP for their own.
That's a ZRWM, a zoning real-world manipulation. So well played, but now two big ultimates are down, and Team Liquid might want to pounce.
Carl Teasy still holding the backside. Are they gonna make an angle?
Okay. They might just be
Lunar!
for that. Oh.
Beautiful shifting clouds. Carl Teasy's gone as Sigiboo jumps into the backside. A blazing duet from Ohe, but it is defensive. Pagu's looking for the next target, and Sanji's off the map as well. Sanford, one of the last two members standing, will not stand a chance. Aurora Gaming are taking this possibly.
Yeah, it's not gonna come from Pagu. The second re-engage wasn't gonna come from Pagu. It's gonna come from the other members. Can be Lunar, can be Sigiboom. In that instance, definitely was Lunar. So Team Liquid, even despite the lack of real-world manipulation, couldn't really feel confident enough to look for the engage. Now they lose a base turret, and the Lord is in the hands of Aurora Gaming.
Oh my lord. And again, you see it. We were talking about it, right? What is the Khalid gonna do when you're 0-3, when you're behind? Dude, he got melted. Pagu was just like, all right, I understand. Earlier, he really should have just gone for the Divine Judgment, but he played it safe. Then they realized, wait, we can actually just burst this guy like he's nothing. Divine Judgment goes in. They all go for the damage, and even that zoning ult from Rosa to save them from a possible flank angle from Team Liquid. It was beautifully done. Aurora Gaming, after game number 3 earlier, I really thought they had forgotten a lot of what their win conditions were. But they reset so good, and now with, again, a very interesting composition. As the panel said, Tienzi just loves it.
Yeah, this is terrifying. Pagu has the Chastise Pile Drawn and also the fleeting time. So whenever they get a successful pickoff, it could be an easy round 2 for them. Worst case scenario for Team Liquid, and they have to rely on the way.
Why? Pagu? He flickered.
Oh!
Get pulled back. JP with the Raging Sandstorm. RWM is canceled. What? Clouds from Lunar. JP just can't get the kill as Tienzi continues to creep forward. But Ohe backside with a blazing duet plus the winner crown, but still nobody drops just yet.
Tienzi gonna go in, Sigiboom with the damage with the curtain call. Oheb able to flicker out. They defend.
Oh my goodness, Immortality pickups too were there. Team Liquid had to play it a bit safe, but that was a really commendable engage that we saw from them. Nonetheless, Aurora Gaming though, they already take out 2 base turrets, and that's gonna matter a lot. But we've seen Liquid in this situation.
So despite the Pagu fumble on the flicker Divine Judgment, it is still a win. They got 2 base turrets like Brigida just said earlier. So it's still gonna be really tough for Team Liquid to handle the waves here in the side. Aurora Gaming, this would have actually been the way for Team Liquid to punish Aurora Gaming. They need to stick together, right? Now, Team Liquid, how do they handle the waves in the bottom lane while Aurora Gaming constantly look for those pickoffs? Because if TL go and split their members apart, Aurora are just going to take either the 4v5 with a flicker, now pull yourself together, already fully stacked for Pagu, very, very quick. Even though he messed up earlier, it's already going to be up for the next fight, right? So pickoffs will always be available, and Team Liquid will need vision, but none of their heroes can get them vision.
Yeah, that's why JP has to be a bit more careful in scouting the brushes here.
I do want to say I think Aurora Gaming maybe pushing a little too hard here. Needs to still keep it slow. It's still TL that you're up against. They do gain position. They wanted that pickoff a second ago, but that could have been risky, so I like the fact that they backed off, gained position over the Lord.
Yeah. I really consider who Liquid are willing to send to the opposite lane to here, because ideally it'll be Carl Teasy with a bit more of the mobility to get back somehow despite the nerfs on the Shadow of the Hayabusa. Oheb, it's not really coupled with the Lui, so there's no easy way to go for those opposite lane manages, but this is what makes it terrifying. Look at where Tianzi and Rosa currently are positioned across the map. You couldn't just send out anyone at this point to take care of the lanes.
Chastise Polder and the Melfic gun again. It's the pick off Carl Teasy. Oh, he checks the bush, and they go for the sentry. They're able to reveal, they get that vision onto Aurora Gaming, but it's going to be down for quite a bit now, and that's another window that opens for Aurora Gaming that starts to close off for Team Liquid.
Okay, they're going to go for JP here. Sanford and Sanji.
Oh! Placed it out, a beautiful winter crown from Sanji. Carl Teasy looking for an angle now as well. Team Liquid making their way in. Pagu getting caught up by Oheb. Siggy Boom taking some damage as well. Tianzi's forced to flick back with a hat trick.
Yeah.
PL now has control over the Lord Pit.
They gotta go for it. Pagu, no Divine Judgment, RWM!
The end does come down. Pagu looking in as well. Carl Teasy able to take the Lord though. And Pagu's shredded down, but a blazing new He does pop. JP in the backside looking for Tianzi. Pagu there as well as Siggy Boom and Sanji in the 1v1 Lunar with the shifting clouds, but may go down. Carl Teasy taking this game into his team's hands.
JP with a double Siggy Boom?
That's a shutdown.
Wants to cut all alone. I'm not too sure about the Sanford.
Okay, uses the flicker. He catches up somehow, and the final slash too.
Siggy Boom just needs to try to buy time. Carl Teasy's there with the shadow kill. Winter Crown comes out, buying time for his team. It's 20-second death counters for Aurora Gaming. But the Lord, the game, is back into a possible Team Liquid advantage.
And again, well played. Hey, I question it. Forgive me, I was not familiar with your game, Siggy Boom. Amazing when the crown of the flicker, and now it delays Team Liquid from getting even more than they should have actually, right? 4,000 gold lead still. Pagu's gonna be up, Lunar's gonna be up. That really denied all of the full capitalization from Team Liquid. Now, Aurora can still breathe. They still have the advantage. Yes, Team Liquid, it's swinging back towards them, but they won't be able to crack a base turret open unless they get another good fight.
Yeah, and at least Pagu knows now that he has to be a bit more careful in terms of his choices.
Yep.
He has to check who has ways to actually still survive, who has the winter crowns, who has the immortalities before he actually commits.
Ooh, JP into the back. A nice final slash, but the RWM comes out. Lunar still standing. Sanford goes down first as Pagu jumps into the middle to keep Team Liquid zoned away. The Lord does crash into the base. JP, Oheb, the blazing duet in the backside. Oheb! He takes out Rosa. Carl Teasy. Siggy Boom down. Team Liquid break through the base, and it's nothing but Pagu and Tianzi. Team Liquid Philippines. The cavalry rages on.
And the charge of the cavalry continue